Look to the stars. You're walking down the road and see a falling star.
Keep on walking.
If you make a wish, ooh, just remember luck is no such thing. One man succeeds while another man fails. Why is it then, you ask, the stars up above, the planets of light, who controls your very soul? From the beginning of earth and throughout eternity, that's the stars up above.
Just ask them.
Ooh,
Just ask them.
the planets of light, who controls your very soul?
Hi, this is Z Starman, professional astrologer and numerologist and host of Astrology-Numerology Now, with a special edition of the show focusing on the September highlights, the September astrology and numerology highlights for the month of September 2018, or at least for the first couple of weeks of September 2018. And we're going to start off by those September highlights by wishing all the Virgos happy birthday, happy Earth Days. If you have Virgo rising sign, or if you have Virgo sun sign, this is the start of your astrological new year. So happy New Year, happy birthdays to all the beautiful, sexy, and attractive Virgo women. And happy birthday to the tall, strong, and handsome Virgo men. This is your astrological new year. So happy Virgo, happy birthday, Virgos. The sun is in the sign of Virgo until September 22nd, 2018 at 9:53 p.m. And that's when we start the fall equinox. So happy birthday, Virgos. So a couple of the things that I want to talk about as far as highlights of September 2018. As you all know, as you seasoned astrologers know, that for the last month or so, we've been in a period of where we have experienced anywhere from up until at least 6 retrograde planets. We had Mercury retrograde, we had Mars retrograde, we had Saturn retrograde, the inner planets are retrograde, and then also we have the outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. They're all retrograde also. But let's talk about the planets that have gone stationary direct. And one of the first planets that went stationary direct out of those 6 retrograde planets was the planet Mercury. Mercury went stationary direct on August the 19th. But the key thing here is, although the planet went stationary direct in the sign of Leo, we are not out of the woods yet. We're not out of the woods until the planet Mercury comes out of the shadow of its retrograde. What does that mean? That means Mercury has to get back to the place where its retrograde began on July 26, and that won't happen until September 2nd. So Mercury will be back to full strength, as we say in astrology. It will complete that sort of kind of 8-week period of a Mercury retrograde, from its first shadow period to its retrograde period, its direct period on August the 19th, and it has to come out of the shadow of its retrograde on September 2nd. So those are one of the highlights of September 2018, when Mercury comes out of the shadow of its retrograde. We got a lot more planetary retrogrades and other stuff, but the name of the show is Astrology-Numerology Now. And from a numerology point of view, September 2018 is a number 2 universal month. September 2018 is a number 2 universal month. How do we get the number 2? We take September, which is the 9th month of the year. September is the 9th month of the year. So we're going to use the number 9, and then we're going to add it to the universal year of 2018, which is the number 11. So we have 9 for September, 11 for the universal year 2018, which is the number 11. So we have 9 and 11, which is 20. 2 plus 0 equals 2. So September 2018 is a number 2 universal month. What are some of the vibrations of the number 2 universal month? 2 is the number of peace, love, and prosperity, and it's about bringing people together. It's about bringing businesses together. It's about being the ultimate diplomat and the ultimate peacemaker in a number 2 universal month. It also favors people who are born on the 2nd of the month, the 11th of the month, because 1 plus 1 is 2, the 20th of the month, 2 plus 0 is 2, and also the 29th of the month. 2 and 9 is 11, 1 plus 1 equals 2. So September 2018 is a number 2 universal month. If you're just tuning in, this is Z Starman. The name of the show is Astrology-Numerology Now, and we're talking about the September 2018 astrology and numerology highlights. Now, we got a couple of more planets that are in play for the month of September, and that also is the planet Mars. Mars, a couple of days earlier, on August the 27th, it went direct. So Mars has gone direct in the sign of Capricorn, but Mars will be going direct in the sign of Capricorn, but it will be moving forward. And on September the 10th, it'll be back to the sign of Aquarius. So we got these retrogrades that have been going on, at least the inner planet retrogrades with Mercury, Mars in the sign of Capricorn as we speak. The latter part of Capricorn, a lot of Capricorn people who are born in the latter decadence or the latter degrees of the sign of Capricorn. It's going to be a lot of struggles, a lot of energy, a lot of power controls, a lot of fighting, and a lot of arguments. If you got Moon in Capricorn, or if you have Capricorn rising, be prepared to fight, to battle, to go out, to fight for the things that you want. And Capricorn, it's in a material sign, but again, one of the things that is going to happen is Mars will be going into the sign of Aquarius on September 10th, and Mars will be in the sign of Aquarius until November 15th, 2018. So this is part of the September astrology and numerology highlights. Another thing that's happening is Mercury returns to its sign of rulership on September 5th. Mercury enters the sign of Virgo for a quick stay. Mercury co-rules both Virgo and the sign of Gemini. For those who watch this show, I always say that since Mercury is the co-ruler of Gemini and Virgo, that Mercury or Virgo and Gemini, they have the same father but different mothers. Their father is Mercury, but Gemini's mother is the spring and Virgo's mother is the summer. So Virgo or Mercury comes back home to its other sign of rulership from September 15th to September 21st. Mercury will be back in the sign of Virgo. Another astrological happening that we have going on is Venus. Venus also will be changing signs in the month of September. This is something you have to watch out for. And Venus will be entering the sign of Scorpio. Venus will be in the sign of Scorpio. It's sort of kind of two-part thing before the end of the year. So the first part, Venus will be in the sign of Scorpio from September the 9th until October 31st. Venus goes retrograde in the sign of Scorpio on October 5th, but it will be making its entrance. Venus is in its detriment in the sign of Scorpio, so it doesn't work well there. It's going to be challenging for the fixed signs like Leo, like Aquarius, and also the planet Mars also that will be in the sign of Aquarius. So Venus can get kind of rough. Venus can get kind of raunchy. Venus can get kind of funky when she's in the sign of Scorpio. And again, that's from September 9, 2018. She turns retrograde. Venus goes retrograde once every 18 months, so it's time for Venus to go retrograde. Venus will go retrograde on October 5th, and she will remain in Scorpio to the 31st, which she will then retrograde back into the sign of Libra. So these are some big astrological events or planetary happenings that is happening during the month of September from an astrology point of view. So those are some of the planetary things that are happening during the month of September. A couple more things that I want to pull everybody's coat to is that first week of September, right after Labor Day, is very important because also we have a new moon in the sign of Virgo. We have a new moon in the sign of Virgo. What is the new moon? If you look at the Farmer's Almanac, it's the symbol, the darkened symbol for the moon. We have the moon during its quarters, the first quarter, or the new moon is a black circle, half circle, full circle, and then another half circle. But this sign is in the sign of Virgo. So as everyone knows, the new moon, again, this is going to happen on September the 9th, is the start of renewal, it's the start of harvesting, it's the start of bringing things to the fruition. And in every full moon or solar eclipse, which happens during a new moon, it's a powerful, powerful time of the year. So make the most of that during September 9th, which will be a new moon in Virgo. More September highlights that I want to talk about, two things, and a couple of aspects that I want to run by everybody. On September 8th, see that first week of September, all the way up until 9/11 week, those are some very powerful astrology aspects and events that are happening. On September 8th also, we have Venus square Mars. Venus is going to be in the sign of Libra. Mars is going to be in the sign of Capricorn. A lot of changes in the stock market, up and down. A lot of lovers will quarrel and fight, and a lot of power struggles when it comes to men and women. And this is going to be in the sign of Libra. Venus is going to be in Libra on September 8th, and Mars is going to be in the sign of Capricorn. So a square is when any three planets or any two planets are three signs away from each other. So we got that big square date coming up. I just need one more minute to finish up, Deetra. Up next, again, that Venus square Mars. There it is on your screen. Venus squares Mars from Capricorn to Libra on September the 8th. We have another Venus aspect. A lot of money and a lot of love and a lot of things are going to fall as we know them. We have an opposition of Venus and Uranus on September the 12th. Venus is going to be in the sign of Scorpio. Opposite Scorpio is Uranus or Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So a lot of money struggles and battles of the sexes also, with Venus opposite Uranus on September 12th. So these are some of the aspects that we have to look forward to and be mindful of on September 12th. And last but not least, Mercury opposing Neptune. Mercury is going to be opposite Neptune. Mercury is going to be in the sign of Virgo, and Neptune is going to be in the sign of Pisces on September the 13th. And also, prior to that, we have the Sun opposite Neptune. The Sun is going to be in the sign of Virgo. Neptune is going to be in the sign of Pisces. So we got Mercury opposite Neptune on September the 13th, And we have Sun opposite Neptune on September the 7th. So beware, be mindful of the first couple of 10 to 15 days of the month of September, because there are a lot of changes on the horizon, a lot of planets going direct, and a lot of crazy aspects that are about to form. If you want to know more on how the September 2018 astrology and numerology highlights will affect you, just call the number on the screen. Here it is, 646-389-1311. Just call the number on the screen. Here it is, 646-389-1311. Or you can find me, Z Starman, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. You can even email me at astrologylover@hotmail.com. But the fastest and quickest way to get a hold of me, so you can understand the astrology highlights for September 2018, is to call me, 646-389-1311. Been Z Starman, saying thank you for tuning in on this special edition of Astrology-Numerology Now, focusing on the September highlights of 2018. I'm wishing you peace, love, light. Namaste.
You walking down the road and see a falling star, and you make a wish. Ooh, just remember, luck is no such thing. One man succeeds while another man fails. Why is it then, you ask, the stars up above, the planets of light, who controls your very soul? From the beginning of birth and throughout eternity, that's the stars up above.
Just ask them.
Ooh,
Just ask them.
the planets of light, who controls your very soul? Ask them why you're always so sound and practical, yet Gemini, so inconsistent. Ooh, let me tell you a secret I know, known the world over. Your life is controlled by the stars.
Just ask them.
Ooh, the planets of